Hello DC Legends community, welcome to the video. I'm Hebrew Hybrid. This is going to be the first part of a two-part video for the Nightmare Challenge of the month of September 2023. And I'm wondering if this is going to be the last Nightmare Challenge or if we might get another one next month. Could it be the last one? We're going to have to find out. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, about the game's coming to an end next month, October 31st. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. Overall, I am kind of sad, but once the game does end and I remove it, it's gonna free up like 12 gigabytes on my phone. But yeah, uh, every month they're adding two new characters. Sometimes they're characters that's not so great. But yeah, um, I've been playing the game since like about a month after the launch. Started playing, I believe, December of 2016. Um, Mostly a free-to-play player. When they started the raids, I would only like buy the Head Start packs. They're about $5 each. Get a lot of gold essence gems and energy. PVE energy, Alliance raid energy, solo raid energy. That's about all I really spent on the game. Never spent any money on gems or character fragments or anything such as that. Um, Let me know what your thoughts are about the game. Being shut down in late October. Leave your comments down below. Um, if you like this video, leave it a like. Please subscribe. Helps me a lot. Ring the bell for notifications. And let's get to it. Um, as you can see, I just upgraded my flash. I used some of the rebirth tokens that was given to us earlier today from the developers. And getting ready to start the Nightmare Challenge. Yep. Here I thought I pre-selected a lineup that I was going to start off with, and I decided not to go along with it. I had like the world's greatest detective Batman as team lead, Donna Troy. Let's see who else. I think I had Trigon. I forgot who. I don't know how I changed my lineup. Must have had a momentary lapse of all reason. Now here, I'm using Martian Manhunter's team lead. The Flash that I just upgraded. Decided to use the Superboy, and I think I'm going to pull up the Impulse here for another stun possibility. Using the Superboy for stuns, the Impulse for stuns, and just hoping the Flash just starts going berserk when he builds up all his speed ups. Activating his passive ability, where just attacks randomly between his turns. Now here I'm going to start off with the middle ability, and the stun on Katana successful. Going to speed up with the Flash. Yep. Passive ability kicks in. And I'm going to use Superboy's AoE and place the stun. Use the Martian Manhunter. Use his basic. Call assist. Flash does his thing. Flash does his heavy attack. And I think Impulse might use his AoE. Yep. Puts the hit chance downs on there. Flash does his thing. And wave 1 is just about cleared off. Use Superboy's basic here. Next lineup. The future state Batman could be an issue, but Martian Manhunter takes care of him real quick. Like it is the first node on the Nightmare Challenge. It's not too hard. Going to put some speed downs on General Zod. Gonna speed up the Flash a little bit more. hits Zatanna with this passive, and Superboy finishes her off. Heavy attack from the Flash, and Martian Manhunter finishes the job. First node is complete. Now, when the game launched in November of 2016, it gave us like a handful of characters starting off. It gave us the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, gave us Zatanna, gave us the Batman Cape Crusader. Superman was playable in the first mission, but after you complete it, Superman just all of a sudden disappears, and he's not a playable character till after you collect enough fragments, either from the shop or you just complete all the achievements in the game. It'll give you enough fragments to unlock him then. Now here, I'm trying to find a new lineup, trying to mix things up a bit. Use characters that I normally don't use for the Nightmare Challenge. I usually like ride through the challenge with Spectre all the way. I might even close out this Nightmare Challenge with my normal, regular lineup. Darkseid is team lead, Spectre, Impulse, and Superboy. Try to keep them all stunned and keep their churn meters pretty much at 0 as much as I can. Now here I added Dazod and Black Adam. Added Brainiac as team lead, and the reason why I did that is just to like possibly give my team a little speed advantage. It's kind of like since Brainiac is a living computer, he gives his whole team efficiency bonuses. Now here I'm going to use the Impulse, reset everybody's churn meters, and hopefully I can stun the Batman. Still thinking. It's like, should I stun Batman or should I stun the Superman Doomed? I went ahead and stunned the Batman. And always start off with the basic ability for Brainiac, because a lot of his passives are triggered when he's shielded. And his passive will give himself a shield. Now here, decide whether or not to use Black Adam's AoE, which is his middle ability, or his heavy attack, which is his last ability. I went ahead and went with his heavy attack. Now, as you can see with Dazod's first turn, everybody's already stunned. It's a passive ability, but it doesn't happen all the time. So I decided to use his basic attack. Nobody had any buffs to remove, so I didn't use his middle ability, and I didn't use his far right ability to stun, because everybody was already stunned. Now here, I'm using Brainiac to give the Batman some strength downs, and using Black Adam's AoE, knock everybody's life meters down, and everybody's stunned again. So using Dazod's basic ability again. Yeah. Allowed Superman Doom to get an AoE in on us. Didn't knock anybody out, but Black Adam and Impulse took the biggest hit. Knocked their health meters about halfway down. Now here, the Future State Batman has taunt, and he gets taken out. And with Black Adam's passive ability, his churn meter speeds up. He gets intelligence ups. He gets awareness. So he can be just about as deadly as Spectre. As you can see, Black Adam's just cleaning up the mess. That node is over with. Time to move on to the third. Got 7 hope tokens. Probably one of the most valuable resources in the game. Helps improve your abilities. Yeah, the storyline for DC Legends revolves around the Green Lantern mythology, with Hal Jordan being one of the main characters that you play as. And later on down the line, John Stewart does become unlockable when you collect enough of his character fragments. Um, First couple chapters in the campaign, as you all already know, you're doing battle with Manhunter robots on the planet Oa, which is the home planet of the Guardians of the Universe. Not the Guardians of the Galaxy, that's Marvel, but the Guardians of the Universe, the Owens, the creator of the Green Lantern Corps. Soon as the second chapter is cleared out, then you travel to Themyscira, Wonder Woman's place of origin, also known as Paradise Island. You spend a couple chapters there before you embark over to the planet Thanagar, which is the home planet of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, or Hawkwoman, depending on which era of the DC universe you're familiar with. And after you do battle with certain Manhunter robots and other various villains that pops up, then you travel over to the planet Quard, which resides in the antimatter universe. And throughout the several battles, you'll even wind up battling right next to the desk. You'll end up doing battle alongside the dead husk of the Anti-Monitor, which is one of the most major villains that the DC universe ever came up with. Main villain of the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which ended up being defeated in the 12th issue, the last issue of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And from time to time, it would pop up again in DC Universe stories. Would pop up in the pages of The Flash one time when Wally West inadvertently got Barry Allen killed in the 30th century. So he himself had to do battle with the Anti-Monitor and failed miserably. But that's all a separate story. Now, right back to the raid. We are still in the first wave. I'm trying this Deathstroke team because I felt a little challenge coming on. So want to see how well this Deathstroke team would do. Deathstroke was one of the original characters that was in the game during the launch, and wasn't really that much of a useful character. In fact, he wasn't really useful at all. But about a couple years in, the developers decided to start doing reworks on pre-existing characters, and Deathstroke was one of the first few characters that got reworked. The thing with Deathstroke is that he had a team leader ability, to where as soon as his teammates would start dying off, he would start stacking up awarenesses, strength ups. His turn meter would start advancing, and he'd acquire some death immunity, and he just was just running the table on a lot of teams. You stick a team of regenerators, not really regenerators, but resurrectors, characters that can resurrect themselves, such as Doomsday and Solomon Grundy, to where they would keep coming back to life. And as soon as they keep getting killed off over and over and over again, Deathstroke just keeps stacking up those speed ups, those strength ups, the awarenesses, and would just totally lay waste, even to energy based characters. Yep, here I figured it was just a pretty futile fight, so I decided to stop the match and change my lineup. I also decided to check to see if I put up my legendary points on the Deathstroke, because there was another rework like within the last year and a half or 2 years on him, and it was still not really a usable character, because after the first rework, everybody was just using them over and over and over again. A lot of people are having trouble defeating Deathstroke. So the developers ended up nerfing Deathstroke, the Terminator, and after the nerf, it just wasn't really that much of a useful character. It was just a shell of his former self. Yep. I even have one of his gears still not leveled up. I was able to get by without it when I was using him. But yeah, I saw that I still had um, his legendary points still in, and that he was only uh, legendary 4, not a legendary 5 like I originally thought. And right here, I decided not to use my Deathstroke team anymore and come up with a more clever lineup to use. So, scrolling through, using Cyborg Superman as team lead. Superboy for stuns. Can't miss. I think I'm going to use Trigon. And I always got to mess with the churn meter. So I think I end up using Black Flash. Yeah, I end up using Black Flash on this particular node to get past it. Starting the battle. Little spoiler, I am successful in this battle. Some of the characters I would have wished to see in the game. I would have loved to see Orion. Would have loved to see Calabac. The Fearsome Five. Some of the Legion of Superheroes. Um, what were some of the characters that you wish you could have seen that the game would have brought in? Please let me know down in the comments. Now, back to the commentary. Um, I've been taking jabs at the future state Batman, keeping the Mary Marvel stunned because Mary Marvel, even though in the game she's called Mary Shazam, they cannot legally use the name Mary Shazam because Marvel Comics kind of got like a little trademark on it. They even won a court case. But it's Mary Marvel. Got to keep Mary Marvel stunned because whenever her teammates take hits, she can just respond with a big heavy AOE and just either knock everybody out or just knock their health meters down like like disastrously. Right now in the first wave, we are down to General Zod and Mary Marvel, and decided to use the basic attack. Decided to use the basic attack on General Zod, and using the basic attack from Black Flash on Mary Marvel. And using Trigon to knock her down a little bit, and then Superboy cleans up the mess. Second wave, notice I got 2 Osriels. And Osriel is a pretty big nightmare. It's really hard to fight the team unless you try to stun Osriel right at the get-go. Using Black Flash here. And eventually, that remaining Osriel ends up getting stunned. I thought he ends up retaliating at one point. Maybe that's a little bit later on. The Cyborg Superman's just got a whole bunch of buffs stacked on him. I'll use Black Flash to reset the churn meter. Yep. Superboy comes in, stuns him, and then Cyborg Superman finishes him off with a heavy attack. Node is over with, and got 5 rage energy. Yeah, some of the characters I was wondering what they were thinking that they brought in. Included Miracle Molly, Ultraviolet John Stewart, Monkey Prince, Crush, Dr. Destiny, and Kite Man. Kite Man, everybody. We got Kite Man. Are you excited over Kite Man? I'm not. They really gave us Kite Man. I mean, why? Why did. Really, come on. Come on. They gave us Kite Man. Yay! Kite Man. Yeah. Uh, Could have used Orion or Calabac. Could have used some people from the Fearsome Five, the Legion of Superheroes. I mean, they already had Dawnstar on here. Come on. Come on, give us Brainiac 5. I don't know. It just makes sense to me. Alright, here I decided to use an Atrocitus led team. Put in Superboy as the number 2 because placement on your team is crucial a lot of times with DC Legends. You want to make sure that you know who the number 2 position is and what they can do, especially with an Atrocitus led team. You just start putting stuns on people. Atrocitus opens up with his AoE. Demon starts getting ramped up. And Supergirl cleans up the first wave. Second wave, you got Kite Man as team lead. You got Cyborg Superman. And looks like Stargirl. And Superboy does his AoE, stuns Stargirl. And the Demon finishes off Cyborg Superman. Supergirl just cleans everything up. Atrocitus decides to use his middle ability and put some hit chance downs on the Stargirl. And the Demon finishes everything off with his AoE. His buffs are completely stacked up. Intelligence ups. All that noise. Got 2 life energy and 2 death energy out of that. And 100,000 green essence crystals. Yeah, right back to the subject of Deathstroke the Terminator. The developers released the Red Hood like a month or 2 after the first Deathstroke rework, as a way to counter Deathstroke. Red Hood's primary ability, he's dual wielding guns, and he would have 3 bursts out of each gun, and each burst was designed to remove 3 awareness per each hit. But he's that team lead, and whenever anybody on his team is able to kill somebody on the other team, it resets everybody's turn meter back to 0 on the other team, and takes like a handful of buffs and gives them to your various teammates. That was a pretty decent counter to Deathstroke, but a lot of people, I guess, was not spending the money on the Red Hood character because he was a paywall character that particular month. And yeah, the developers were hoping to make some money off of Red Hood, and seeing as how the majority of the people that's playing are free to play players and wasn't getting a whole lot of fragments for Red Hood, they did end up nerfing Deathstroke the Terminator, like I said earlier. But they actually tried in game to provide a suitable counter for Deathstroke's passive ability that would trigger whenever his teammates would die. But yeah, Deathstroke still got nerfed, became practically a useless character. As the game's loading, I have Darkseid as team lead with Reverse Flash, Cyborg, and Black Flash. I used a Reverse Flash so I could do this special ability that he's got whenever he stacks up his speed ups. It's pretty cool. I even slowed down his. I even slowed down the speed of the video here from a ×3 to a ×1, so it'll show off his little theatrical cinematic. Now right there, he just acquired the right amount of speed ups to do a special ability. So right here, Cyborg attacks Kilowog, knocks him out. Black Flash, going to do his AoE, or his basic. And right here is Reverse Flash's hidden ability. Right about here, I go from speed ×3 to speed ×1. So we're going to show him like going back in time and then coming back and delivering a basic blow with a bunch of strength ups. Here, Darkseid finishes the match, finishes that first wave, should I say. Gives everybody a little bit of shield. Now, right here, I see there's a Riddler in the lineup, and Riddler is pretty crazy at counterattacks. Unless you can get a Riddler stunned right away or take him out with like one big hit, his counterattacks will just stack debuffs right on you. So right here, it's Cyborg's turn. And decides to attack the Peacemaker at the leader position. Right now it's Reverse Flash's turn. He does his energy draw power on Peacemaker. Gives him some speed downs. And Riddler was just about dead. So Black Flash just went ahead and did his AoE because, you know, that Riddler was to the point where you could breathe on him and he would fall. Now here I see there's a Dawnstar, and Dawnstar is a really big pain in the butt in the game. She'll swoop in on you, she'll lay some hit chance downs on you, stack up her evasion ups, and the more that you miss attacks, the more she'll swoop in on you again, stack up those evasion ups, and you just cannot hit her to save your life unless you have a character that cannot miss. Like a Superboy, but Superboy is not in the lineup. Well, I am able to get Dawnstar taken out. And all I got left is the Black Lightning. Darkseid's going to go in, stun Black Lightning, and Black Lightning is taken out. Darkseid had enough intelligence ups to get the job done. There I got 15 willpower energy and a buttload of green essence gems. Get ready started on the next node. Some of the characters that was either introduced or got reworked that actually changed the meta of the game. Like the first one that was introduced was Aquaman. When you had Aquaman in the team leader position, he'd make his whole team immune to critical hits. It's like they would just take basic damage regardless what ability was hit with them. Whether it was an AoE, single attack, yada yada yada, is just regular damage, no critical hit. Aquaman changed the game. A lot of people were like building their their lineups off Aquaman, and it was a really cool character. Um, that particular month, Aquaman was introduced along with Mera and Siren, and Mera and Siren are twin sisters. The Mera character could disperse mends on everybody. Bleeds and mends was a brand new um, um, buff and debuff that was introduced in the game. That same month that Aquaman, Mera, and Siren had started. And right here in the match, it's already started. Leading off with Brainiac's basic ability so he can shield up. I have Darkseid as team lead, Superboy in the number 2 position, Brainiac to give his team a churn meter bonus starting off, a way of being more efficient. Because there's a Brainiac on the other team, so I wanted to counter whatever that other Brainiac was going to do. Because in the Nightmare Challenge, going first is pretty much the key. You want to make sure that you can go first, possibly manipulate your opponent's turn meters, the AI's turn meters. Start putting stuns in, start racking up as much buffs as you can, and just start dropping characters as much as you can. Now right here I have a Red Robin left and a Brainiac. I'll use an impulse to give him some speed downs, mess with his churn meter a little bit. And the Red Robin has already got Doom on him, but Red Robin's not going to be sticking around long enough for that Doom to really kick in. Darkseid comes in, finishes off Brainiac. Right here we have a lineup of Black Lightning, Wonder Girl, Cassie Sandsmark, Azrael, and Monkey Prince. And I like Monkey Prince wasn't one of those characters I would have liked in the game, but Monkey Prince is definitely a character to fully max out in the game. He is definitely a pain in the butt to try to fight against. You're better off trying to have a team with debuff immunity starting off. Put in characters that can't miss. Try to find a way to stun them. Just like he is in this video right now. He's stunned along with Azrael. Got to keep Azrael stunned. Wonder Girl stunned. So that's about the formula to be successful in this particular lineup. Now here, Superboy takes a hit from Black Lightning, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. Still got plenty of shield up. Superboy's churn goes in and knocks Monkey Prince down quite a bit. Impulse tries to take out Azrael and is successful. Brainiac comes in, puts some strength downs on Black Lightning. Impulse manipulates the churn meter, fails to stun him, but Superboy is able to stun him, but ends up getting stunned himself because anytime you make contact with Black Lightning and you don't kill him off, he'll stun you in return because he's basically a living being of energy. Wave 3 consists of Ultraman, Vandal Savage, Superboy, and Kilowog. Kilowog is stunned. Darkseid goes in, stuns Vandal Savage. Ultraman's already stunned. And stacking some speed downs on Superboy. Stacking some speed downs as well on Kilowog. Brainiac's fully shielded, so he ends up stunning Ultraman. And Superboy decides to do his AoE. Takes everybody out. Superboy had a whole bunch of strength up stacked up, so the AoE was pretty damaging. Ended up with 10 Hope Rings and 20,000 Green Essence Crystals. What characters did you like most in the game? Please, please leave them down in the comments. I'd certainly like to see. Now, right here, I'm trying to decide the proper lineup. I see the beginning lineup is going to be Stitch in the team lead position, even though she doesn't have a team lead passive ability. But got Stitch in the first position, got Trigon in the second, got Katana in the third, and Spectre in the fourth. And Alan Scott. Alan Scott's going to be waiting in the wings. I'm trying to figure out the best way to counter this Mystic heavy lineup that I'm about to face in the first wave. So right here I'm scrolling through. It's a pretty tough decision. Scroll. I think I decided to keep Superboy in there. Just for stuns and can't miss abilities. I think I went ahead and went with the question. So I took out Brainiac and put in question. And I think I'm looking for Black Flash. Try to keep everybody's turn meters at 0 starting off. I think I'm pretty happy with this lineup, so I press start. Actually, I discovered I needed more PvE energy, so I went with the Power Play bundle. Back to the Nightmare Challenge. And ready to do battle. Yeah. Kind of changed my mind. Switching out Black Flash with Impulse. It's because I wanted that extra character that had the ability to stun. As this match is getting ready to load, lead off with Impulse, reduce everybody's turn meters to 0, and my attempted stun on Trigon is successful. I do the heavy attack on Spectre, and I decided I did not like that buff that was on Spectre. It was the taunt, which I wanted to try to stun as many people on that lineup as possible. So as I'm sitting here contemplating, I'm debating whether or not to go ahead and attack Spectre or use Superboy's middle ability. So I went ahead and did an AoE, stunned Stitch in the process, and right now Stitch is the last one left in the lineup. Put some speed downs on Stitch with Impulse, and the question ends up finishing that round. Darkseid goes in, stuns Black Lightning. All that's left is Black Lightning, Nightwing, and Parasite. Decided to use Question's middle ability to stack some debuffs on the team. Black Lightning ends up getting knocked out, and Impulse, as part of Question's passive, goes in on the call assist. Here we are on wave 3 of 4. Here I see Spectre, Detective Chimp, Parasite, and Aquaman. And the funny thing is, I was getting ready to use Impulse's middle ability, and I realized, nope, Cannot use that on Aquaman. Aquaman will speed his team up. Because that's part of Aquaman's passive abilities on his rework. Aquaman, the rework they gave Aquaman was the counter to Black Flash's churn meter manipulation. So anytime Aquaman's churn meter was attempted to be reduced, it would actually speed him up, and he could speed up the rest of his team too with his middle ability. And the funny thing is, as soon as that Aquaman rework became effective, a lot of people stopped using Black Flash. You still see him every now and then, but before that Aquaman rework, Black Flash was everywhere. Black Flash was another character that changed the game, along with, you know, when Aquaman was first introduced. Now right here, we're still on wave 3 of 4. Detective Chimp is about ready to get knocked out. And Parasite's taken out. Detective Chimp's taken out. And then the 4th wave, you have Atrocitus' team lead, along with Alan Scott, Darkseid, and my favorite character, not Monkey Prince. Right here, Impulse is attempting to give speed downs to the other team before everybody can start getting stunned. Parasite's immediately taken out because Superboy's got tons of strength ups just amassed on him. Right now he gets to his churn, and it's time to take out Monkey Prince. Putting some speed downs on Monkey Prince. His life bar is getting extremely low. Monkey Prince is down. 4th wave is over with. Got 500 legendary essence out of that. Now this is right about the time when I decided to shorten this video. So please tune in for the second part. Thank you.